Hey guys, it's Becky with the good hair, and I wanted to talk today about the news of Demi Lovato and her being hospitalized for a drug overdose. And I don't really want to talk about that, but I want to talk more about people's response to it. And it just terrifies me that I know I've talked before on this channel about mental health and mental illness stigma and how it's still so prevalent all around the world. And this event just seems to bring that to the forefront. And I think that the media has been better about covering it. However, when I read comment sections, I just am astounded that people still produce stigma all over the place in their comments. I've seen people saying LOL to somebody being hospitalized for a drug overdose. That's funny to you? You think that that's funny? That's something to write LOL? That scares me that people are laughing at that. And also I've seen comments saying that they have no pity for her, no sympathy or empathy for her because she's rich. And if I have empathy for her, does that mean I have to have empathy for the homeless man who's buying drugs? Actually, yeah, it does. It does mean that. It means that you should have empathy for the human race as a whole. People are people, regardless of their wealth, regardless of their celebrity status, regardless of if they have a home or not. So you should have empathy for somebody who's homeless who has a drug or alcohol problem. You should have empathy for everybody. So it's terrifying to me that people are trying to say, no, I won't have empathy for her for a drug overdose, because then that means that I need to have empathy for somebody who's homeless for a drug problem. And I don't want to do that because I think that they're lesser than me. So I don't want to have empathy for a homeless man who has a drug problem. That terrifies me, that people are trying to put different values on people. I think that's a really scary place to be in. And then also one of my Twitter followers had reminded me, and I did kind of remember that it was coming up. It was the anniversary of Amy Winehouse's death. If you recall, when she was alive, the media mocked her all the time. They made jokes about her. And I remember before I really understood mental illness stigma and everything, I feel like I was kind of complicit in all of that. And I thought, oh yeah, she's crazy and look at what she's doing. Wow, isn't that insane? And it's so easy to go along with the media narrative and what they tell us. It's just so easy to believe it when you don't actually think about it and you don't research it and really understand in depth. And I really woke up when I saw the Amy Winehouse documentary, Amy, and I realized, wow, she had an illness. She had multiple mental health issues. And the media made jokes about her and made fun of her and thought it was hilarious that she was on drugs and obviously struggling. And she died. And they played a part. I mean, they really did play a role. And it definitely affected her. All the paparazzi hounding her all the time, that had a huge effect on her. I can't imagine how that wouldn't have an effect on a human being. And I think it's so scary to realize that even after that, even when there have been other celebrities who have died from these types of situations, somebody was in the hospital. She's still in the hospital, and people are making jokes about it, cracking jokes, writing LOL on her Instagram photos. while she's still hospitalized. That scares me so much, that there are people who think it's a joke. They think it's hilarious that somebody is in the hospital for a drug overdose. You honestly, if that was somebody you knew, would it be funny? If you weren't sure if that person was going to make it, would it be funny? Just because it's somebody you don't know personally, it's a joke to you. That scares me. And Demi Lovato, if you watched her documentary, Simply Complicated, she did talk about how Amy Winehouse was one of her idols. And she totally idolized her. So many people idolized Amy Winehouse, and she was so unwell. And she has so many mental illness issues. And Demi Lovato also does as well. And so do millions of other people. I just think it's really scary how much stigma still exists with mental illness. I think it's getting better. People are talking about it. And I admire Demi Lovato so much because she has been so vocal about her struggles, and she talks about mental health so openly, because we need more people like that. We need more people to talk about mental health. Millions of people have mental illnesses, and it's not something that's uncommon. It's incredibly common. So we need to talk about it, and we need to stop shaming people for struggling. That scares me. That even when somebody is in the hospital, people are already making jokes about it and laughing at it. That scares me. Be kind to people and don't judge people. And if you know someone with a mental illness, be kind to them, because that's what they need. That's all you can offer, is being kind and being there for them if they need you. We have a long ways to go with erasing that stigma that surrounds mental illness. It still is so pervasive in our culture, and it's really sad. So I just wanted to talk about that. If you aren't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I will leave links to some information that I referenced in the description, as well as links to my Twitter, Instagram, and my blog. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.